Thursday night marked the end of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, which is followed by a day of prayers and celebration known as Eid. Delane Cleveland went to the Northwest Islamic Community Center in Plymouth, which is now planning a significant expansion.
It's a day of prayer
It's a time for us all to connect.
And immense joy.
It's great.
For billions of Muslims around the world.
It's a time, you hang out with family, friends, celebrate after a whole month of fasting.
For the last 29 days, they fasted from morning until night as a way to become closer to their faith and practice self-discipline. The end of that period of Ramadan is called Eid alFitr, the breaking of the fast.
Today is a day of celebration for us that we completed the entire month and that we are thankful for God for all of his blessings.
For many in the Twin Cities, part of that celebration happens at the Northwest Islamic Community Center in Plymouth. An estimated 3,000 people visited the mosque for one of several prayer services throughout the day.
I don't think I can really express it in words, but it's just so beautiful to see so many beautiful faces.
Yet the Northwest Islamic Community Center is only able to accommodate so many people.
But it gets packed at times, which is not the best, but it's still a good thing because that means everybody's coming in.
With a growing community here, there is now an effort underway to renovate the building to allow more room for prayer and shrink the dining hall.
The idea is just to make it more comfortable, make it a little bit more family friendly, and try the best we can to maximize the space that we have here.
They expect construction to begin later this spring. At some point in the near future, they'll need to build something bigger. But for now, the plans are in place to help accommodate the crowds by the time Ramadan comes again next March.
It's amazing to have this many people. Hopefully, when we do the expansion, we can welcome more.
Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
A former Zanewood youth worker is now charged after he allegedly found a handgun belonging to a minor and didn't call police. Police say Royante Malone found a 16-year-old's handgun in a backpack at Zanewood. He gave the gun back to the minor and told him to leave the premises. Days later, police investigated and found the 16-year-old with a handgun on Park Center High School property. Malone was working at Zanewood as an independent contractor. He was later fired. Brooklyn Park also launched an internal investigation. You may have the chance to help others who are struggling with illness or for one reason or another have lost their hair. Rusty Ray spoke with a business owner who is restoring hope and making it happen, and one woman who said it changed her life.
So this is Christmas.
Ashley Romero loves to show off her hair.
You can just see how full it's gotten, and when I pull it back in a ponytail, you can't see all that baldness that you saw before.
2 years ago, she did everything she could to hide it.
Yeah.
Medication for liver failure and a series of autoimmune disorders meant her hair was falling out quickly.
You're already feeling worn down and sick, and then just to not feel your best on top of it and going out into the world and having people think that they're like staring at you and everything, it does get really hard.
A friend introduced Romero to Laquilla Carthern.
I myself have an autoimmune disorder. I suffer with low iron, which was the reason why I got into it, because I suffer with hair loss myself. My hair just started really thinning, and just wanted to educate myself on how to help for my needs.
She started Greater Grace Hair Solutions. She refurbishes wigs and treats patients with thinning hair to find ways to help them regain what they've lost.
A lot of people don't understand and know why. We get down to the root of the problem and not just giving you a treatment or a product and saying, hey, here, this is, and see what the end is going to be. No, we get to the why.
Carthern sets up shop at salons across the Northwest suburbs, including Park Salon here in Brooklyn Park. She's also taking donated wigs through the local Rotary Club.
I'm living my purpose, that this is what I'm called to do. And so making others feel good besides of, just the fashion and the look good, but that I can help restore you.
This is in 2 years.
To restore the lives that clients like Romero want back.
It just helped me feel better. When I would go to work, I would feel more presentable. I would feel better. I wouldn't cry as much, coming home from a night with my friends.
In Brooklyn Park, Rusty Ray, CCX News.
Anyone with old electronics can dispose of them properly during a special event this weekend, while also helping out a good cause.
These are some of our donated equipment from either our corporate donors or our individual donors who drop by the warehouse.
Laptops, tablets, computer towers, and keyboards are just a few of the items being accepted at the Brooklyn Park Xfinity store on Saturday. Comcast has partnered with Minnesota Tech for Success for this Earth Day event. The Minneapolis nonprofit plans to refurbish the donated electronics and provide them to schools and other nonprofits throughout the state for little or no cost.
So by taking these donations and refurbishing them, we're able to provide them to schools and students who may not otherwise have access. Additionally, we like to be able to provide for people who are seeking employment.
Saturday's event goes from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Music fans are already lining up for a day of special deals and limited releases. Saturday is Record Store Day. Independent record stores offer vinyl albums you can only purchase on Saturday, hence the long customer lines. And down in the Valley in Golden Valley, it's their biggest sales day of the year. There's also live music. On Friday morning, it was revealed that Soul Asylum will be playing at the Golden Valley store on Saturday night. For interested fans, there's a certain way to see the show.
There is a caveat. They have a Record Store Day release, which is the Unplugged set they did on MTV in '93. If you buy that, there'll be a ticket inside that gets you into the show.
For Down in the Valley, perhaps their biggest limited release is a Taylor Swift album. The store is anticipating as many as 600 people to line up before they open on Saturday morning.
The Armstrong girls lacrosse team is off to a good start this spring with a new head coach. Jay Wilcox has more.
It's a new staff leading the Armstrong girls lacrosse team this spring. Emily Wojcik, who played at Spring Lake Park and has coached at Rocori and Minneapolis, is the new head coach.
So far, so good. I mean, the organization is really different. I feel like we've so far done different drills, especially in tryouts, got to try new things. It's going to be a good change.
It's definitely a big change. We've definitely had some new plays, and we've already been doing new practices, like different positions. We've been working on it all.
It's been really good so far. We've been doing weight training before the season started. A lot of the girls were showing up and working really hard. They showed a lot of dedication so far, and I think everybody's just really excited for the season.
It's an experienced group for the Falcons. They graduated just a few players from a team that was 11-4 last season.
Yeah, it's super nice because I trust all of them. I know they've been through it, and we just feed off of each other's energy, and it's going to be good.
Armstrong is off to a 2-0 start this season. They expect to be in the race at the top of the Northwest Suburban Conference, and it's a fun league to compete in.
It's really fun getting to play a team that's at your skill level. I like it because it's more of a challenge, and you can really see what level you're at.
And it's really fun competition. And you just, since we've played with these teams forever, you play against the same girls and you get to know other girls on other teams, so it's extra competition there.
There's plenty of enthusiasm, and this talented group of Falcons want to see their work pay off at the end of the season.
Honestly, I want to be section champions. That's my goal or our goal. I know a lot of girls feel the same way, and I think we can do it.
One of my goals is I definitely like to be in the top 4 of our section. Our section is a really tough section, but I think that these girls are capable of that.
Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Jason Melillo started work here at CCX, then Channel 12, back in 2007. And as he has chronicled the stories of thousands of athletes over the years, today is our turn to chronicle Jason on his final day at CCX.
Jason loves baseball, and so maybe it's appropriate that his final shoot with me was at Osseo baseball practice Wednesday. His very first story with us, June 2007, as the Maranatha Christian Academy High School baseball team prepared for the state tournament.
School is out for summer, so the boys here can concentrate 100% on their goal of winning a state tournament.
Though he was often behind the camera, shooting highlights of scores of games and feature stories through the years, he was equally comfortable in front of it too. In fact, Jason was the creator, producer, and anchor of the short-lived Sports Jam weekend show, in which he often worked into the wee hours of Saturday morning, making sure the program got on the air. The former college hockey player loved that sport, and so too was he passionate about boxing. including following the career of Osseo's Caleb Truax, the one-time super middleweight champion of the world.
I'm still the underdog, man.
Jason recorded so many big moments in these 16 years, covering athletes and teams who won or would go on to win state championships. And was there that night 4 years ago when Champlin Park gymnast Cheney New recorded the only perfect 10 in state meet history. And during this school year, for instance, shooting highlights of big games for Wayzata basketball and Maple Grove football, the name two, who would both go on to win state championships. Jason is a smart, well-read, and well-rounded guy, and in recent years contributed to our award-winning CCX News team as a reporter, covering local city, school, and community news. And that experience in news is leading Jason to the next chapter in his broadcasting career. He and his family will trade in big city life for small-town Minnesota living. Starting next month, Jason will be the news director at KWNO Radio in Winona. We will miss him and wish him the best of luck. Until we meet again, my friend. John Jacobson, CCX Sports.